Asterisk title, Shadows Behind Bars, asterisk. In the depths of the old Hawthorne Correctional Facility, a place shrouded in whispers and legends, time moved slowly, and the air was thick with despair. The walls, painted a faded gray, bore witness to countless stories of crime, punishment, and redemption. Among the inmates was Jacob Foster, a man once considered a model citizen, now serving 10 years for a crime of passion, an incident that seemed to haunt him every waking moment. Jacob found solace in the prison library, where he could escape into the pages of great novels. It was here that he first met Marcus, a hardened criminal serving life for robbery gone wrong. Their friendship blossomed over shared stories and the exchange of knowledge about the outside world that felt just out of reach. As months turned into years, Jacob began to learn the ins and outs of prison life. He discovered the unspoken hierarchy of inmates and how the power dynamics shifted depending on whom you aligned yourself with. Marcus, with his streetwise demeanor and cunning tactics, became a mentor of sorts, a guide through the shadowy corridors of prison life. One day, while sorting through library donations, Jacob stumbled upon an old file containing information about a notorious gang operating within Hawthorne. They were known for their grip on illegal activities, from drug trafficking to extortion, and their influence stretched deep into the prison system. Members could be identified by a distinct tattoo of a black crown, a mark of their loyalty and brutality. Despite his aversion to crime, Jacob felt a pull towards the danger that the gang represented. The allure of control and the camaraderie among its members intrigued him. It wasn't long before he was approached by one of the gang's leaders, a formidable figure named Rahim, who recognized Jacob's intelligence and potential. Rahim offered Jacob a choice: join them or risk becoming a victim of their wrath. Caught between fear and temptation, Jacob initially turned down the offer, but the relentless pressures of prison life weighed on him. Over time, Marcus encouraged Jacob to consider the benefits of aligning himself with the gang. "You have to play the game if you want to survive," Marcus insisted. "Trust me, it's the only way to stay safe in here." Against his better judgment, Jacob took the plunge. He accepted an initiation to prove his loyalty. All he had to do was deliver a message to a rival gang in a different block. It was a simple task, one that would change the course of his life. The night of the delivery, Jacob felt the weight of his decision heavy on his shoulders. The halls were dimly lit, shadows dancing as he moved. As he approached the designated area, he was ambushed by a group of inmates who had been tipped off about his allegiance to Rahim's gang. Outnumbered and caught off guard, Jacob fought back instinctively, but not without consequence. A shiv found its way into his side, and darkness enveloped him as he collapsed on the cold concrete floor. He awoke days later in the prison infirmary, his body bruised and fragile. The experience shattered his illusions about the gang. What had once seemed a path to power now felt like an insidious trap. As he lay recovering, he realized he needed a way out, not just of the gang, but of the prison's toxic environment entirely. With the help of Marcus, who remained unwaveringly loyal despite the risks, Jacob devised a plan to approach the warden and propose a rehabilitation program for inmates, focused on education and conflict resolution. It was a long shot, but their desperate situation demanded bold moves.
After weeks of planning, they presented their case to the warden, citing the need for change and a chance at redemption. To their surprise, the warden listened. Faced with rising tensions among inmates and the growing influence of gangs, he agreed to a pilot program. With each passing day, Jacob found a renewed sense of purpose. He worked tirelessly to mentor others, sharing his story and the lessons learned from his own mistakes. Slowly, the atmosphere within the prison began to shift. Inmates who once traded blows now engaged in discussions, looking for pathways to knowledge rather than violence. Jacob, forever marked by the shadows of his past, became a beacon of hope within the prison walls. He understood that while the scars of his journey would never fade entirely, he had the power to redefine them. In the unlikeliest of places, he found redemption, not just for himself, but for others trapped in the cycle of crime and despair. As the pilot program flourished, Jacob's heart filled with a sense of belonging he hadn't known since before his incarceration. The journey was long and fraught with challenges.
Discovered that even in the darkest places, there could be light.